That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Looking to throw. Herbert. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Hey, orbit. 44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Go.
Throwing on first down. Herbert, and his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's McKinnon. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Herbert. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
You gotta go right here. You gotta play big.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now it's Mahomes again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go now. 30 base. Christian, travel. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Get it ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw. Herbert. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, McKinnon again. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh. Keep playing
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Got a man. It's Brown. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Set. 60 or.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, Wahoo.
On first down, Herbert got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd down, McKinnon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10.
Jump, 8.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. What a spin. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down. It's Bowman, and a loose football, and the Raiders pick it up, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll run on first down. McKinnon. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Look at me. Zipper.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Switch.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Mahomes to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
53 is the mic.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Mahomes now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Butker able to put this one through. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Raiders ball here as the second half is now underway. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
30-yard line.
Ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Ready.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, Charlie. 54. Ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Escaping, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time, a sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hey, Zoom.
2nd and 15. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun, Herbert fighting through pressure. He's going to sling this deep downfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. And even 60 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off inside the 10. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Here we go.
Hey, high 7. 2.
From the gun, they will run McKinnon. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Man open left side is Brown. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
Bravo!
Throwing again. Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
General West.
Check. Lucky. Set.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ready.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rock it. Boy.
Check hot route. Hey, one set. Check.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. He's driven.
Back to throw. Herbert. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Carlson able to put this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustain. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Forced out to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. We're back now in KC. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Now he'll escape to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7'5".
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Carlson is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
You think you gonna get this? Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I got one. I got one. Attack, attack. 53's the mine. Oh, check 53. I got you. I got you.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Look at this spin.
Balance.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mahomes to throw once more. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. And it's caught. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
15. Check right.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So a field goal gets you back within a score, but they're going to go for the bigger chunk here. Kicking team on the sidelines, offense on for 4th down. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule.
Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it, and the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Third and short, McKinnon. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. They give him a gain of 37.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 37.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, football back, unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay